Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at directed situations for CSEC Spanish Paper 2. So let's get right into it. First, here are some topics that I want you guys to learn in order to be able to give adequate responses for this component of the exam paper. And later, we will look at each topic in much more detail. Okay? So, first topic we have is give apologies. Number 2, apologize and offer compensation. Number 3, decline an invitation politely. Number 4, explain circumstances. And number 5, ask for something politely. Okay, so these first 5 topics are what we're going to look at today, but there are much more topics that we need to look at, such as number 6, describe people, places, objects, or events. Number 7, give commands. Number 8, express gratitude. Number 9, wish someone well. Number 10, congratulate someone. We're not done yet. Number 11, express preferences, express feelings and emotions, which is number 12. Number 13, ask questions. And number 14, identify tenses and moods. Please note that because of how extensive this lesson is going to be, it will be divided into 3 videos to avoid having a video that is probably going to be 2 hours long in length. Okay? So, in any case, let us begin. So, first, we're going to learn how to give apologies, okay? These are typically situations where you have to give an apology for something that you did or did not do. In some cases, you may be required to provide a reason for that specific action or behavior. In these kinds of situations, vocabulary phrases that you will need to use are disculpa or perdón. When giving an apology, in addition, the word por can be used to indicate what you are apologizing for. Okay? I hope that is clear so far. Let us continue. So first, we're going to look at a situation, okay? And this is from CSEC's 2009's paper for May-June, okay? So the situation says, you did something that really upset your sister. Write the note of apology you leave her mentioning what you did. Okay, so first you would notice that I have highlighted note of apology. So this is how you know we have to give an apology. And it also says mentioning what you did. So you have to mention what you are apologizing for, in other words, okay? So you're writing a note of apology and you're also mentioning what you are apologizing for. That's why they're saying mentioning what you did. I hope that is clear. Okay, so let's look at a sample response, okay? So for our sample response, we have disculpa por romper tu celular. Disculpa por romper tu celular. Okay? Sorry for breaking your cell phone. Right? So we have the apology, which is disculpa, and por romper tu celular, which is indicating what we're apologizing for. So I'm sorry for breaking your phone. All right. I hope that is clear so far. All right, let us continue. Okay, here's another situation from CSEC 2017 January's paper. Okay, so the situation reads, you are late for a lunch appointment. Write the message you sent to your friend apologizing and saying when you will arrive. Now, you will notice that I highlighted these things that you have to do in two different colors because one, you have to apologize, and two, you have to say when you will arrive. Those are two distinct things that you need to do for this particular situation, okay? Give an apology and also say when you will arrive. That is important to know. That's why I highlighted the both of them, okay, in different colors so that you would know these are two different things that you have to do. Give an apology and say when you will arrive, okay? So let's look at our sample response. So here we have, perdón, me voy a retrasar, pero voy a llegar dentro de 20 minutos. Okay, so sorry, I'm going to be late, but I'll arrive, or I'll get there. I'll arrive in about 20 minutes. Okay? So here we give the apology, perdón, right? And we said when we're going to arrive, right? So I said, perdón, me voy a retrasar. So sorry, I'm going to be late, right? Pero voy a llegar dentro de 20 minutos. But I'm going to arrive within 20 minutes, right? So we gave an apology and we also stated when we will arrive. So we have fulfilled what the situation has required of us to do, okay? All right, let's continue. So now we're going to look at number 2. You're going to learn how to apologize and also offer compensation, okay? So, lamento is another vocabulary phrase that you can use when giving an apology. However, when introducing the reason for your apology with this verb, use haber followed by the past participle of the next verb. So here's an example. You have lamento haber comido tu pizza. Okay? I'm sorry to have eaten your pizza. Literally is what it's saying, right? I'm sorry to have eaten your pizza, is what it's literally saying. So, lamento haber comido tu pizza. All right, I hope that is clear so far. Let us continue. Now, here is something interesting to learn. So, in addition to explain how you're going to make it up to the person, you can use para compensarte, and then explain how they will be compensated, okay? So when you use para compensarte, it's like saying, all right, to make it up to you, all right, or to compensate you, right? That's basically what it means. So this is very important vocabulary to learn, okay? Let's look at the first situation, okay? And this is from CSEC January 2019. It says, you forgot your best friend's birthday. How dare you? Write the note of apology you send saying how you will make up for it, okay? So, two things. Note of apology. So, obviously, you have to apologize. And it says you have to say how you will make up for it. So, those are two different things. So, you're given an apology and you're also going to say how you're going to make up for it. Okay? Let's look at our sample response. All right, so for our sample response, we have lamento haber olvidado tu cumpleaños. Y para compensarte, te llevaré a cenar a un restaurante lindo. So, I'm sorry I forgot your birthday, but to make it up to you, I'm going to take you to a nice restaurant. That's basically what it's saying, okay? But literally, at least for the beginning, is I'm sorry to have forgotten your birthday, but to make it up to you, I will take you to have dinner. All right, I'll take you to dinner at a nice restaurant. That's more or less what it's like in a bit of the literal sense, okay? So that you can get an idea of how the sentence is structured, okay? All right, let us continue. So, siento is yet another phrase that you can use when giving an apology. But similar to lamento, right? Similar to lamento, when introducing the reason for your apology with this verb, use haber followed by the past participle of the next verb. So we have, for example, here, siento haber llegado tarde. Okay? Sorry to arrive late, right? Or literally, I'm sorry to have arrived late, right? Or in other words, sorry for getting here late, basically. So more or less, it's like that, all right? So let's move on to the next slide. So here's our another situation. This is from CSEC 2019's May-June paper, okay? It says, you did not complete a chore your mother asked you to do. Write the note you leave for your mother, giving a reason for not doing the chore and saying how you will make up for it. Okay? Now, in this case, you don't necessarily have to give an apology. Okay? The main thing that this situation is asking you to do is give a reason for not doing the chore, right? And also saying how you would make up for it. So those are the two things. In this case, you don't particularly have to give an apology. If you want to give an apology, that's going to be optional. But the main thing that the situation requires you to do, or the kind of response that it requires you to give, is that you have to give a reason for not doing this specific chore, right? Note that it says the chore and it doesn't say specifically what the chore is. So you can say whatever you want in terms of the chore and saying how you will make up for it, right? It doesn't tell you to say how you'll make up for it. You can just come up with anything that you want, basically. All right, so let's look at our sample response for this situation. it says, siento no haber lavado los platos porque tengo que terminar un proyecto escolar para mañana, pero para compensarte, limpiaré toda la casa el sábado. So, sorry, I didn't wash the dishes because I have to finish a school project for tomorrow. But to make it up to you, I'll clean the entire house on Saturday. Okay, so this fulfills the requirements of the situation. Okay, so you said, in this case, we said why we did not wash the dishes, okay, which was because we have a school project to complete for tomorrow, and also saying how we will make up for it. We said here, but in order to make it up to you, I'll clean the entire house on Saturday. So this has fulfilled the requirements of the situation. Okay, so let us continue. Number 3, decline an invitation politely. When declining an invitation, you can also offer an apology before giving a reason for turning it down. In addition, practice using the present tense of the verb poder in conjunction with other verbs such as ir to complete your responses. Hope that is clear so far. Let us continue. All right, so here's a situation from CSEC 2021 from the May-June paper. It says, your friend invites you to go out with his or her cousin. Write the text message you send declining the invitation with a reason. So you're going to decline the invitation and you also have to give a reason. Sorry, I forgot to put 2 different colors, but you have to do 2 things, okay? So this is very important to note. Declining the invitation is one thing, and with a reason is another thing. So you're declining and you're also giving a reason, okay? So let's look at our sample response. So for our sample response, we have, disculpa, pero no puedo ir al cine con ustedes porque estoy enfermo. All right? Or enferma if you're a girl. So it says, sorry, but I can't go to the cinema with you guys because I am ill. I am sick. Okay? So we declined the invitation politely by using disculpa. Okay? And we have also put the reason why we cannot go, which is estoy enfermo. Okay? I hope that is clear. Let us continue. So here's another situation from CSEC 2018, the May-June paper. It says, Manuel is unable to go on a field trip with his class. Write the note his mother sends to his teacher, apologizing and giving a reason. Note, this is 2 different things. Another thing I want you guys to notice is that you're writing this message as if you were Manuel's mother, because it says, write the note his mother sends, okay? So you're writing the note as if you're Manuel's mother, okay? Write the note his mother sends to his teacher. So this is a message being sent to the teacher, but from Manuel's mother. And you're writing the message as if you are Manuel's mother. Manuel's mother, right? Apologizing, so you're going to give an apology and giving a reason. So you're basically going to apologize, right, for him not being able to go on the field trip with his class, and also giving a reason why he cannot go. Okay, so let's look at our sample response. So for our sample response, we have, lamento mucho, pero Manuel no puede ir de excursión porque tiene una cita médica. I'm really sorry, but Manuel can't go to the field trip or on the excursion because he has a medical appointment, or he has a doctor's appointment. That's basically what it says. So we're here, we give an apology, right, for him not being able to go on the excursion, the field trip. Lamento mucho, pero Manuel no puede ir de excursión, right? And we give the reason why. Porque tiene una cita médica, right? Because he has a medical appointment or a doctor's appointment. I hope that is clear, all right? Let us continue. So number 4, we're looking at explain circumstances, okay? When explaining circumstances, an apology is not always necessary. However, it's important to use the word porque to introduce the reason you are unable to do something, okay? So when it comes to explaining circumstances, an apology is not always necessary, all right? But it's important to state the reason why, so please learn how to use porque, okay? Now for our first situation. And this is from CSEC January 2020 past paper. Okay, it says, you cannot attend school today. Write a message to your friend giving the reason for your absence and asking a favor. So you're doing two things. You're giving a reason why you're basically going to be absent from school, and you're going to ask this particular friend for a favor because you're writing a message to your friend and you're telling your friend why you're not at school, and also you're asking your friend for a favor, okay? Keep that in mind. Now let's look at the sample response. For our sample response, we have, no puedo ir a la escuela hoy porque no me siento bien. ¿Me puedes mandar los apuntes de las clases más tarde, por favor? So here it says, I can't go to school today because I don't feel well. All right, this is another way of saying I'm sick or I'm ill. I don't feel well. Okay. No me siento bien. ¿Me puedes mandar los apuntes de las clases más tarde, por favor? Can you send me the notes from class or from the classes later, please? So basically, you're asking him to send the notes that you are missing, that you'll be missing today from class, right? So, ¿me puedes mandar los apuntes de las clases más tarde, por favor? Okay, so we fulfilled the requirements of the situation because 1, we've explained why we're not going to be at school, and 2, we asked the friend in question for a particular favor. And this favor is to send the notes from class later, okay? So let's continue. Okay, so here's another situation from CSEC January 2017. It says, you are not feeling well and cannot go to school. Write the note your mother sends to your teacher explaining your absence. Okay, so keep in mind it says you are not feeling well and cannot go to school. Okay, good. That part is clear. Write the note your mother sends. Now, you're in this case, again, you're writing the message as if you are your own mother, right? If you're your mother. So think of it that you have a child, your child is sick, and as the mother, you are sending a message to the teacher of your child, explaining why they're going to be absent. Okay, so that is the idea of this situation. So now for our sample response. Okay, it says Jamie no puede ir a la escuela hoy porque se enfermó. So it says Jamie cannot go to school today because he got sick, right? This is another way of saying that you're not feeling well or you're ill, right? But in this case, you're using the third person to refer to your child because remember, you're writing the message as if you're the parent and not the child. So you're using the child's name, right? In this case, Jamie no puede ir a la escuela hoy, introducing is indicating that you will be absent from school, right? And porque introduces the reason, and the reason is se enfermó, right? He got sick, right? All right, so I hope that is clear. Let us continue. So, number 5, ask for something politely. When making requests, vocabulary that you might want to familiarize yourself with is ¿Me puedes prestar? You name whatever it is you want to borrow. Por favor. So, can you lend me something, please? Right? That space is blank for a reason. So, this is the structure you're going to want to learn, and whatever you want to borrow, you just fill that in the blank space. Okay, I'm just teaching you the structure of things that you might want to learn so that you'll be able to give the responses, and you can fill it in with whatever vocabulary you would like. Okay, or you can use me gustaría tomar prestado whatever it is, por favor. So I would like to borrow such and such, please. So you can either say, can you lend me such and such, please? Or I would like to borrow such and such, please, right? All right, I hope that is clear so far. Let us continue. So now we have our first situation from CSEC May-June 2018's past paper. It says, you wish to borrow an item from one of your classmates. Write the note you send to him or her making the request. Very easy. If you learn or memorize the structures or the phrases I just gave you to be able to form your sentences. All right. So let's look at our sample response. So for our sample response, we have, ¿Me puedes prestar un bolígrafo, por favor? Can you lend me a pen, please? All right, that's basically what it is. Can you lend me a pen, please? Okay, so we have fulfilled the requirements of this particular situation. Let us continue. Now, here's a situation from CSEC May-June 2021 past paper, which says your neighbor is having a party and wants to borrow an item from your father. Write the text message he or she sends to your father asking to borrow the item and saying saying when it will be returned. Now, first thing to notice, it says write the message he or she sends. So you're sending or you're writing this message as if you were the neighbor, and this message is being sent to your father, okay? And in this message, you're going to ask to borrow an item. It can be anything, right? And saying when it will be returned, okay? So you're going to request the item that you would like to borrow, and you're also going to say when it will be returned, okay? So now let's look at our sample response. For our sample response, we have, me gustaría tomar prestada tu radio para una fiesta y la devolveré mañana. I would like to borrow your radio for a party and I will return it tomorrow. That's basically what it is, okay? Now you might notice that I've written prestar instead of prestado. This is because prestar is agreeing with radio, which is feminine, okay? So that's why we say, me gustaría tomar prestada tu radio. So with that response, we have done what this particular situation has required us to do, okay? So guys, that was basically the end of today's lesson. Remember, this is only part 1 of 3 videos, okay? Because we're going to go in much more detail in the other topics, right? And I didn't want this video to be too long, so there's going to be a part 1, which is this one. There's going to be a part 2, and there's also going to be a part 3, okay? And I also want you guys to know resources will be created for your benefit and uploaded to my channel to facilitate independent studying in preparation for your exam, okay? Special thanks to all the people who made and released these awesome resources for free. Presentation template by Slides Carnival, photographs by Unsplash. And you don't know, we got to big them up every time. You understand? So guys, gracias por tu atención. Nos vemos.
No way.